So we're back. I guess this is technically our first podcast. We haven't put any of the others on air because there's been only one other, and it was pretty terrible. It was 2 hours of us trying to figure out the technology that we still don't know. But, it's Brandon, in the nice black tank top, Brett being a tool, and Ryan doesn't know where his face is. He's just playing pool. There he is. He's playing pool on his iPad. And we're here to talk about Game 5, kind of the repercussions and of what Draymond Green did and just everything surrounding all that. So, what do you guys think about the game tonight?
Go ahead, Ryan. Start us off strong.
Well, to start it off as strong as we can, honestly, it seemed as if the Warriors without Draymond Green just were missing, obviously, their main piece, but they just didn't have, they didn't get a lot of bench points. Like Clay and Steph pulled as much of the wagon as they could, but, they were exactly short of what Draymond averages.
Mark, you got to stop eating.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Is it loud?
Yeah, it's loud.
Yeah, it's like you're eating out of a trough.
My bad. Keep going.
Not very professional whatsoever.
I was just trying to snack.
And you ridiculed me for trying to take a snack into my room to eat it.
Whatever. Keep going.
But, I don't know. I just feel as if the Warriors, Draymond Green is a huge part, and it showed tonight because they were, I don't know how much they lost by exactly, but it's around what he's been averaging, and his averages would put them over their normal win amount for the series, and with him, the series is over, but this is gonna be another game. It'll go back to Cleveland. I don't think that Cleveland can do it, but I would like to see Game 7, but I don't think it's possible.
I don't know, man. LeBron and Kyrie had 82 points.
I know they were hooping.
And another thing is LeBron was hitting his open shots too.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been doing that all the playoffs, really.
All season.
If he's going to be hitting those shots, it's going to be a totally different game. And then you got Kyrie, of course, going off. He was shot like 70-some% or something, like 69%, I think.
Yeah, 74.
I hope. I hope it was that nice of a shooting percentage.
And
I'm just saying, he was hitting difficult shots tonight, too, one after another.
Yeah, I was 69% because it was 17-24, which is just over two-thirds.
And he's
that's 71%.
He's been making those kind of shots all series, but he just put them all together tonight, it seemed like, and when LeBron's playing like that. What do you think about Caleb coming back and getting the win, huh?
Caleb.
Just a major, crucial part of this game tonight,
Since we're on the topic, I want to read a quote from Brock Sheldon. When Kevin Love plays well, he's one of the best offensive players on the planet. His stat line for the night was 2 points in 33 minutes.
Nice.
That's .06 points per minute.
Brett's an info.
He was a big contributor with 3 rebounds.
It seemed like he was just Will Ferrell from old school, or not old school, semi-pro, just kind of going rover the whole time.
Except Jackie Moon puts up 30 and 30. That's
Did you see that Vine I retweeted of him looking for the high five, and LeBron just shuts him down on anything that he was doing positive and crushes his spirit. They cracked me up.
Well, the dynamic of their team is just so weird right now because a lot of it is isolation ball, and
that's what it's.
Golden State's willing to give that up, but when LeBron's knocking down his open shots, you play off of him and he knocks down those shots. What are you going to do? And then Kyrie's scoring like he is. You're going to give that up, but if they're making it, then that's all you can do.
That's one of those games. When people talk about it ahead of time, they're like, Kyrie will get you a game and stuff like that. Like that happened. And the only reason that happened, if Draymond Green was in the game, I don't think they win. I think the finals are over.
That's not even based off of just his averages and stuff. It's just the whole intensity and defensive presence he brings to the game. He just disrupts stuff. And without him, do they win? They definitely have a better chance, but I don't know. I'm glad it's going Game 6, and
I mean, in reality, that was an 8 point game. It was not a 15 point win by the Cavs. That was just kind of how that ended up being. If anything, that was a possession by possession game if Draymond Green is there.
Handed
And
to you in a gift wrap package from the NBA itself.
if you think about it, like if Draymond Green is there,
Game over. Seriously.
are you really going to give the Cavs the benefit of the doubt on offense?
No.
Like you can put him or Iguodala on LeBron, which I didn't even pay attention to it. How much was he guarding LeBron this game?
Iggy?
Yeah,
I mean,
I didn't even
they
I
were
didn't even
decent
think about
amount.
looking at
They were
that.
switching all their screens. They just kept setting high pick and roll with either Caleb or Tristan Thompson, and they kept switching, and LeBron was getting mismatches. One thing I would like to see LeBron do more is when like someone like Steph is guarding him 1-on-1, he needs to take him to the hole.
Dude, I think it was either the end of a shot clock or the end of a quarter, and he had Steph on him, and you know when LeBron is like, he's bringing the ball up here and he's like slapping his knees. Do you know what I'm talking about when he's like doing these fake crossover things? Like, and you know he's gonna pull up for a jumper, and he was doing that. Like, it's so stupid. Like, I feel like he's really easy to read when he's like trying to be a perimeter player. And he did like, yeah, when Steph gets on him, when little guys get on him, period, he does stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
weird.
I know.
I guess he just doesn't think he can beat him off the dribble or whatever. But even if you don't, like, you can take one strong step to the basket and probably get a decent look. More so
Well,
than
another
most
thing about this game
garbage
is-
fadeaways he takes.
I mean, Clay, as great of a shooter as he is, and he just when he gets going, I mean, he's as hot as they come. And the game he had tonight, you kind of have to feel a little bit deflated if you're Golden State because he was unbelievable, and they still
Because you
couldn't
don't think
pull it
that's
out.
coming again?
I mean, he's very capable of it, but when he's getting, 38 points, you expect to win that game. When your second best player is scoring like that, you need to
He's
win
done
that
it in a
game.
That's the thing, though. He's not their second best player. He's been their best.
Well,
He's
yeah,
done that
this
in a
series he
quarter.
has been, yeah.
That's something Ryan and I were talking about. Like, how crazy is that? What he got in a game where he had a really good game, he put that up in a quarter.
Yeah.
just
Well, and me and Bryce were talking about. Steph can create his own shot, obviously more, and get to the hole better. But when Clay gets going, I mean, he's just as good of a scorer as Steph is, just as good of a shooter.
He has to be able to get his shot off. Is the only thing.
Right. But he shoots. I mean, he'll do the pump fake, one dribble to the side, and just launch it. And I mean, you think it's going in every time.
But that's different than Steph. Steph has all these.
No.
It's weird because Steph, he seems choreographed. Like, if you've ever watched him, like, it seems like the same stuff with his footwork and everything every time he gets an open jumper. Like, it feels like that's something that he does when he works out. Which
He probably practices a couple times.
he definitely has to. It's just crazy to think that he does enough work on all that.
Well, from the standpoint of Steph, I mean, I guess game 4 he played well, but aside from that, he still hasn't had a great game.
Yeah, and I have been guilty of not really paying attention to the games. Like,
it's hard
just
to.
You provide the hottest takes.
no, I'm just saying,
That's
like,
why they're hot takes, because he's not.
I've been like, so Friday's game, I only got to see the fourth quarter of Friday's game, so I don't really know what went on there. And then I missed game 1, and I think I missed another one. So I haven't really been able to watch, like, all of the games through and through. So I don't really know what happened with, like, I don't know. Steph's just been average. I don't know. I don't really know why.
I mean, honestly, Kyrie's outplayed a majority of the series.
And when you think back to game 1 of last year, I don't know. I can't remember who specifically outplayed him. I remember everybody was fascinated by Kyrie's defense. Like he actually D'd up for once, and he played a really good game, and then he messed up his knee at the end of the game, and he was out for the rest of the series. And as you can see from this series, when Kyrie and him go one-on-one, Steph can't handle him.
Well, and that's, I mean, just a lot of people criticized Steph last year throughout the whole Western Conference. I think was CP3 hurt, Russ was hurt. I don't know.
Yeah, he didn't play any of the good point guards.
Right. And he kind of
And Mike Conley was hurt.
Struggled against Russ in this Western Conference Finals, and now Kyrie's kind of giving them the business a little bit. I mean, Steph's great, but when he gets challenged, I think I don't know. I mean,
How do you win the
overreaction.
scoring title in a year though? Like,
I don't know. Maybe it's overreacting to just a small sample size of what
It's
we're
a flash in
watching.
a pan.
no,
But-
it's not necessarily. That's the thing.
Do you think he's going to put up 400 3-pointers next year?
That's a good question.
Man, that's
I mean, I would.
Brandon.
I don't know. He'll probably be close. No, he's not going to get 400 again. I bet he'll get
way.
380.
Well, getting back to Clay, I mean, people overlook him all the time because of Steph, but Steph has the first and second best 3-point makes of all time in a season, and Clay has the third most.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
that's what we were
Steph,
talking about also earlier. Clay is the best 3-point shooter of all time. Oh wait, no, he's not. Steph beat him by 100 threes this year.
Yeah, exactly.
Like-
it's nuts.
It's not even something you can process because it happened. Like you're so used to the Warriors just splashing threes. Like that is incredible. You have the best 3-point shooter in the history of the NBA, and someone who beat him by 100 threes.
Yep. Only to be outdone by his own backcourt teammate.
That's insane.
And not just outdone, but not doubled, but done by 50%. Outdone by 50, not 50, but close, 45%.
That's 300. That's an extra 300 points right there. Like just 3 games of basketball.
What do you
Steph-
guys, what do
like
you guys
extra
think
points.
about LeBron's performance? Because, I mean, I know Kyrie's going to get a lot of love and deservedly so.
Monster.
And, I mean, but LeBron had a hell of a game, too. He didn't score a lot in the fourth quarter, but between his full stat line, his defensive presence to his rebounds, and, I mean, a few key assists to some Kyrie knockdown shots, and then obviously the 41 points.
I mean, don't pop the champagne yet.
Dude, just hot taking on the reg.
Yeah,
LeBron
but
is
like,
getting his 3rd championship this year. Book it. No, the guy, like I'm so over LeBron, and I was telling Ryan earlier, like I'm so tired of having to defend the guy because there's so many people who are just idiots.
I'm just asking the question.
He had a great game.
he killed it.
41 points and 16 rebounds.
Yep.
Yeah, it was like, and this is something I've been seeing on Twitter. I don't think it was the same because he didn't command it the way he did in Boston, but it was like the Celtics game 6 when he went in there and he had 30 in the first half. Like it was over at the end of the half. Like I remember watching that game. It was incredible. Like he was getting in the post. He was getting He was hitting 17 footers. Like it was just nothing. Like there was nothing going on besides him getting his buckets.
When he gets rolling,
Like-
man, like if his shot's falling, me and Ron were talking about when his shot's falling, like he's arguably he's arguably the greatest of all time because he's such a physical presence at the rim, and then when you play off of him and his shot gets falling, I mean, when he's shooting with confidence and just stepping into it, he's, I mean, obviously impossible to stop.
Well, I mean, we were watching. I think it was Mo Spates, Ryan, was guarding him
Yeah.
up, and he like kind of slapped him in the face or something. He like swiped at him, and I think he got him.
Right.
And LeBron gave his douchey like, "Oh no, you like no," and he just went past him and had a
Dunked.
two-handed throwdown and won. Like
Yeah.
he just like whatever.
Just
It's
one step
amazing.
past him.
When you really think about it, like it's incredible how he just at his age will just hammer down a dunk and he'll get hacked a time or two. Like, it's crazy.
Well, and the Levitard show was talking about this the other day, like the impressiveness of like he's never gotten hurt, like a serious injury. He never misses an extended period of time. Like he's played more minutes, and over his career than more people have played in their lifetime. And just he always plays for a U.S. Olympic team. He plays pretty much all regular season games, and then when it comes playoff time, I mean, he's virtually playing 40-plus minutes a game and never is hurt. It's just impressive to see. When you got a guy like Russ or D Rose who have had, injury-plagued careers somewhat, and then you got a guy just as freakishly athletic, and then he never gets hurt like that. I mean, and Dwayne Wade's the same way. Like the way he played with his body, and then it started to kind of affect him, and you just see LeBron doing the same thing, and it just doesn't seem to affect him. It's just crazy.
I just think his physical stature is just so much bigger. And like obviously other big guys get hurt, but it's just like the rarity of being that athletic and also being that big. I feel like it's like a twist into like a almost impervious minus the small back spasms and the cramps, and the lower back pain. But other than that, like you're not going to get a significant injury unless it's a freakish play, like a Paul George, like break your leg type of shit.
What did you think about the Tyrone Lue comment that LeBron doesn't get a lot of calls because he's bigger and stronger than?
I totally agree. He gets attacked.
Come on, Mark, let's go.
Oh my gosh. No, it's not true.
It's what?
He gets every freaking call he wants. The
He
guy,
gets every call because
Ryan,
they could
stop.
use every other play.
Stop.
Every other play. Every play, him going to the rim, he's getting hit. And if it's not a significant hit, and sometimes he plays on and like, oh, I got hit in the face, but like a lot of the times when they don't call it, he did get fouled.
The guy, no, I don't even want to talk about this.
Tristan Thompson in a suit. He's not a bad-looking dude.
Michael B. Jordan, you mean?
Yeah. Hey, yeah, he does look like him, doesn't he?
He's
Shut
got
that dog up.
he's got a hot girlfriend. Tristan
Well-
Thompson does. Check out his Instagram.
Tristan Thompson's offense.
Geez, that's a hot take.
Unbelievable.
I actually did have a hot take for LeBron. I can't remember what it was now. Oh, steroids. You guys think he's taking steroids?
Definitely.
No.
Honest opinion.
No.
No, he wouldn't be this athletic or injury free.
Yeah.
There's different kinds of steroids.
Yeah, and they
Not
mean-
to make you grow like that.
Maybe like an HGH to keep him healthy or something.
Right, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, maybe it's
You
just
think his
steroids
trips
or
to
what-
Miami, HGH, capital of the world, like
I think it's cocaine capital of the world.
Luke, I see you making a statement.
Cocaine capital of the world.
That's a hot take.
What? Hey, Mark. You're supposed to be like running the show here, maybe like with an itinerary or something.
Yeah, the next, it's hard because we just get talking. I'm not used to like mediating. The next is Draymond Green. Like,
You're a terrible mediator, by the way.
okay, no, I actually did a pretty good job last time once we got going.
Well,
But, so what do you think? How do you think Draymond Green feels right now? Do you think he feels like he cost him a game? Because they would have won, in my opinion, with him.
You know what? I didn't even realize he wasn't even allowed in the arena, inside Oracle
Yeah.
Arena.
He would have been able to celebrate, but he couldn't watch the game there. Yeah.
Right. Apparently, he would have gotten a fine even for celebrating.
$2,000.
It's stupid. It's so stupid.
Yeah. Apparently, he bought a suite at Oakland. Athletic.
Yeah, he's watching with
Be in there.
Marshawn
He
Lynch and the
could've been
GM.
there.
But there's like an underground tunnel that he could have went through to, like, go celebrate with the team.
Yeah, the call seems like connected with. Well, no, from what I understand, he would have been able to, he would have been able to celebrate. He just couldn't watch the game there. Like, he couldn't be in attendance for the game.
How stupid is that? I mean, to me, Draymond's presence adds a whole nother dimension to the game, especially on the defensive end. Well, and offensively, but
That's why they didn't
to
let him
me,
in.
I still think the Cavs would have caused a game 6. I really do. I mean,
You think?
yeah, I do.
Kyrie and LeBron had their games of the playoffs, and they won by essentially 6-9 points.
They won
Without
by
Draymond.
16.
Yeah, but a lot of that. How long did they have the garbage players in for?
The last minute and a half.
I think it would have been a lot closer. I think
So
The
you
Warriors-
think we'd be talking about the Warriors winning their second straight championship right now if Draymond plays?
I think it would have been within 4 points the Warriors' way, 3 points the Cavs' way.
Well, what do you
I think-
okay? Do you think Draymond deserved the suspension? Do you think it was warranted?
Yeah,
Yes.
given the number of suspensions he's got in the past, or the number of technicals, I mean, yes.
Yeah, I mean he brought it on himself.
However, I think it's stupid that he didn't get one for what he did against Steven Adams.
Dude,
Well, he
Was
got
that
it,
did he get a retroactive technical?
flagrant, I believe.
Okay, well that adds to it. But I don't know. I don't know, honestly.
Look, the same thing that makes him great is his downfall as well. I mean, being as aggressive and just a force with his tenacity that he brings to the game, that's what makes him so good. But it's also his downfall because those same type of players are going to be, when stuff gets chippy, they're going to do something that might cost their team. Like not tapping LeBron.
Yeah. And in a lot of the things I've heard in terms of LeBron baiting him, it's like whether or not LeBron intended to, or not LeBron, but Draymond took the bait whether or not LeBron meant to or not.
Ryan, what's going on here?
Just a catfish out there taking the bait.
we're just taking a good gander at your shoulder.
Oh, dude, sorry.
Get your life
I just-
together, Ryan.
And you're like cutting out and stuff.
Oh, sorry, I'm fucking looking up stats.
No, okay. I don't care about. Oh my gosh,
You don't care about what? Say with your chest.
taking bait and everything. Like,
Taking bait, you can act out of line and do something that's going to make the other person react. Like, it's not that it's like it was an intentional fish, but man,
LeBron, I think he knew what he was doing, and
absolutely he knew what he was doing.
so for Draymond, who claims to be this intelligent player who likes to get under people's skin,
He loves it, but he's also a
yeah,
problem
he's
with his
pretty
own-
subject to it. It appears.
Yeah.
That's what
Which-
I said. The same temperament that allows him to be as good as he is the same thing that's his downfall.
I'm not saying you're wrong at all, but I'm saying if you're going to be this guy whose entire brand and character is built around getting under people's skin, how do you let that happen to you to the point where you cost your team a game in the finals? Now, you're going back to Cleveland, and I hope the Cavs win because I want a Game 7 regardless. Can you imagine if the Cavs win the series?
That would be
I think it's solely on Draymond Green.
that's iconic.
Okay, you can say that, but then he's going to play in these last 2 games, so
Well, depends.
But he didn't play in Game 5.
but you're just going to put the whole series on him when we don't even know what's going to happen in the last 2 crucial games?
Okay, yeah, that is a
Well,
good point.
Well, let's not ignore the fact that he's still riding on if he gets another flagrant. He's out for 2 games.
So Ryan is operating under the impression that
No,
Draymond's going to mess around and get another
no,
flagrant.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that
LeBron's just going to step over him at the tip-off, and then Draymond's just going to start throwing haymakers to go, and it's just over.
Straight for his cross. Just throw
He's
it
going to
down.
push him over and step over him, and he's going to take it, and that's it.
He's going to
That
go
was
Muhammad
unfair.
Ali.
They're going to bring out the trophy right there, and the Cavs are just going to get it after
Yep.
losing 2-3 in the finals.
the Cavs don't even have to win 4 games. They just have to win 3.
You won the mental game, that counts as 2.
Can you imagine Adam Silver 5 seconds into the game
Yep,
dodging
stop the
Draymond's
match.
punches to his crotch as well, just bringing the Larry O'Brien trophy up to.
Dude, I could imagine it.
Penis
Might as well
up
give the Bill Russell MVP trophy to Draymond as well. Just
For what,
Man,
losing the series
that
for
would
him?
be.
most valuable
Yeah.
puncher.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I wish I had some sort of
there
dun,
it
dun,
is.
dun. The thing that they play in the Dan Le Batard show, the trombone or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Just, they play for Greg Cody all the time.
You don't get this show.
Okay, so that's not going anywhere.
So this is the part where you tell us what's next.
Yeah, that's why I'm checking my notes. So yeah, what's LeBron? Okay, so before the game, I had a huge problem with this in the sense that LeBron had all the power in his hands here. With Draymond getting this suspension, he could have played this off any way that he wanted to, and instead he decides to say, "I have 3 kids and a wife. You can't call me a bitch."
Yeah, that was a bitch move by
Like,
LeBron. I'll admit it. As big of a fan as I am, that was a bitch move.
That's why everybody dislikes him, is because he has these opportunities to shape the narrative whichever way he wants, and he decides to go out of his way to be this cheeseball. Like
Okay, but maybe he's just making sure his image stays.
that's what I'm asking. Do you really think it may be like the family image is more valuable? It has to be. It has to be. Than what he's
Okay,
marketing basically against.
Okay,
Like
do you-
What would you rather him say? What would you rather him retaliate with?
he doesn't have to say anything. That's the thing. It's negative. All it is negative for him to say, "Yeah, I mean, I got 3 kids and a wife." Like, who cares?
Okay, do you
Just
think,
be like, "Yeah, Draymond was talking some trash. I was yapping back. I was chirping back." Like, that's what I want to hear. Like when I saw it happen, I was like, "That's what I'm talking about, LeBron." Like, throw a punch at him. Like, I would love to see that. And I don't even have to see it, but I love him getting it into it with him and not worrying about the ref and getting in his face and chesting up with him, because it means that he doesn't care and he's actually like being a guy for a second and actually doing something rather than worrying about the fact that he's LeBron.
well, okay, when I first saw what he said, and then I saw the nut tap, I thought he was saying something like, "I got a wife and kids," and he was referring to
No,
like Draymond's attempt
That's
at making
even
LeBron
worse.
not being able to reproduce.
That's
I-
almost
I-
obvious.
if that had
didn't
been the
know-
case,
I mean,
LeBron
do you
can't
think-
reproduce.
Do you think Draymond only called him a bitch? Do you think that's what?
that's literally the only thing that's been reported. He said
Well, yeah,
he said you're a bitch, and LeBron was like, "Hey man, I got 3 kids and a wife. Like, I'm a husband and a father."
There's no.
And
there's
he
no
and
way
what
he said
Draymond said
that.
was like, "Okay, you're still a bitch," and that's what set him off.
There's no way that was it.
You think that I?
That's
seriously
then
doubt
why
that was
there
LeBron.
would have been some report otherwise.
Then
You
You
guys,
think
come
everything
on.
that's said on the court is reported?
Yes, in this case, with the biggest player in the NBA and a guy facing a suspension, you don't think that they would have
So
reported
you're
what was actually said?
telling me, Draymond said, "LeBron, you a bitch," and he said, "Man, I got wife and 3 kids."
Did you see the
Say
Did
that
you
to
see the
me.
vine of Draymond
What?
straight up saying?
what other sentence would warrant LeBron to say?
He's a cheeseball. Like that sets him off. I truly believe that.
He might
Did
be
you?
a cheeseball to the media, but I don't think in the middle of a hotly contested argument
I think-
in the game, he's going to say, "Man, I got a wife and 3 kids. Don't be calling me a bitch." I don't.
He
think
did
he's
the
gonna
same
say
thing
that.
last year.
You think LeBron? This is the first time he's ever been called a bitch.
I know for a fact it's not. Here, I'll show you. I can show you specifically.
Oh, I'm not doubting it. It was a
specific
rhetorical
quotes.
question.
It doesn't need to be.
I mean, it is because it's obviously he's been called a bitch before.
I think that's
I'm
what
saying-
LeBron said to the media, but I don't think he said that to Draymond Green. Mr. Penis.
Midway through the third quarter of what turned out to be a thrilling 99-96 Bulls victory on a buzzer beater from Derrick Rose, Noah fouled James on a non-shooting play. Then, according to James, Noah made an offensive personal comment. "I'm a father with 3 kids. It got very disrespectful," James said. I'm okay with competing against Joe. I love the competitive nature, but we should leave it there. The
That's what he
disrespectful
said to the
words he
media.
said to me were uncalled for. Why? That's not. So, what exactly did Green say to James that made him so upset? According to sources, Green looked James dead in the face and called him a bitch. One NBA player in earshot of the trash talk told the Undefeated that James responded by saying that he was the father of 3 kids and a man. Green responded back, according to the player, by saying, "You're still a bitch." That's that's what happened.
Okay, I'm sure there was more said than that.
I don't listen. Think about what LeBron has done over his years, and you are looking for reasons to defend him that don't exist.
which is
No,
more than Draymond.
I'm not even trying to defend him. I would say this
Yes, you
the other way
are.
around. No, I'm not. I'm just saying there's more said. Did you see how much they were saying? It was not just, dude, you're a bitch. Bro, I got wife and kids. Oh, you're still a bitch. No, there was a lot more said than that.
There was probably
In
like
my
a.
opinion.
There was probably like a. What the fuck you saying? You're gonna fucking say that to me? Like fucking say it to my face. It was stuff like that. Like that's all they were.
You can take that out of context. It's like, I'll kill you. You're a bitch, and it's like, hey, I got a wife and kids.
Yeah,
It's
and you don't
very
think that would be an
relevant.
easier thing for LeBron to market against Draymond Green,
You think he's gonna say Draymond threatened to kill me on national television?
as opposed to
No.
as opposed to admitting that he called him a bitch twice? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he might.
I don't think he wouldn't. I don't think he would.
Yeah. Give me a break.
I'm just saying
Okay,
it's
go ahead,
not.
Ryan.
I was just saying that I don't think that whoever reported it got the whole story. I'm sure that Draymond called him a bitch and also other things, and LeBron retaliated. However, him calling himself a family man isn't a cheese dick answer. It's not exactly the appropriate answer or the answer
Why
that
aren't
a
your
lot
eyes
of people
open?
would choose. Because
Well,
I
okay. Also, I did preface
'Cause I
this
closed
whole segment by saying, yeah, I thought it was a pussy move by LeBron. What I thought was more of a pussy move was him saying, "Are you ever taking the high road when you say,
Oh my
I'm gonna take
gosh!
the high
Yeah, they were
road?"
talking about that on the Levitar show. I saw those votes, the
And,
polls today. I was like, yes. I don't even need to see the context to vote on these.
But it's true. I mean,
Yeah,
at
like
the same time,
Yeah, nope,
that
he's
fake,
always
true.
taking the high road.
that
but when you
laugh.
say it,
That's what he is. He's the most calculated, ridiculous cheeseball in the world. That's what I
but Mark,
hate about him.
You have to be a calculated. I don't know if businessman is the right word, but you have to be able to watch your image and know what you're doing is going to be seen and heard by everybody. And that's why people like you over criticize him, but he's kept a pretty clean image.
Yeah, no, he
Because
has.
of his
He
calculated
has.
moves.
So have a lot of other people, and they're not as. And
Under that
Grant, okay,
microscope.
no, I will give him credit. You don't see anybody who came up the way he did, who literally faced more like
I mean, he grew up in the social media area where he was
not even like
criticized shot for
before
shot.
that. Like when he was 16 years old, it was just cameras on him at all times,
Well,
no matter what,
exactly.
and he's never had any sort of. He hasn't screwed up in his entire life, like in that sense. He's had some bad like judgment calls in terms of the decision. That's all opinion based. Like
Do you think some of the decision and calculated moves that he makes now is predicated off of people criticizing him so highly because of how he left Cleveland the first time?
it shouldn't be.
But I would guarantee it is. Because any move he makes now is going to be criticized.
You don't. You're
Therefore,
not. You're 33 years old. You have your own brand. You have a $1 billion deal with Nike. You don't have to say I'm a family man. That's not how you respond to that in the face of the national media.
not everyone's like you.
Brandon,
I was more the high road deal was more of my. I was like, dude, just don't say you're taking the high road. Just take the high road. Don't say
that's a
it.
part of who he is. That's
Yeah, and that's also part of why he's never had any negative type of publicity around him. I mean, he is who he is, and that's why he's like that. I mean, yes, it's cheesy. I agree. It's cheesy, especially the tweets and stuff that he does.
Do you think you could hang out with LeBron?
Do I think I could hang out with him? I mean, I don't know him personally, but yeah, I'd say I could kick it with him. I don't really. I can kick it with just about anyone, I'd say.
That's okay. That's true
Preston
too.
Thompson.
Brandon is a pretty easygoing guy. He could kick it with Aaron Hernandez if he wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, great guy. But he's gone forever now, so that's never going to happen.
Brett, Ryan, do you guys think you could hang out with LeBron James?
What are we gonna do?
You're just gonna throw something back, just have a few, just like, I don't know, just kick it.
Do I think LeBron and I could drink beers and talk about basketball? Absolutely.
No basketball allowed.
Here's my thing. Would LeBron be the first guy?
Okay, no, if
You're gonna dictate the conversation.
no. If
That's Mark for you.
if your friend just brought him along, was like, hey, here's LeBron, like, he's all right, like, he's just, I don't know,
Okay,
He
like
does
if
his
LeBron,
thing.
if LeBron wasn't LeBron.
Actually, you know what? I know for a fact we could all kick it with him
So why are you?
for a short amount of
This is your own
time.
Question. Okay, here's my thing.
I know what you guys are thinking right now because I think that he's like someone that we know that I'm not going to say on here because we might post this. But I think you guys know who I'm talking about.
Wait, who LeBron's like?
Yeah.
I don't know initially who you're talking about, but I would say I could hang out with LeBron. He wouldn't be
I will
my
text
first
you
choice.
who is.
I would definitely make fun of him for his cheesy Instagram posts, like the mirror one. I mean, like if I was friends with him, like if Mark was posting pics like that, I'd definitely give him some shit about that. Like, texture one writes in.
Don't say it.
LeBron. No.
Exactly.
Not going that low.
But the comparison is there.
No.
You could
I
see it.
wouldn't
Yeah,
go
you
that far.
definitely could.
No, I wouldn't go that far at all. I would say
That's pretty accurate, Mark.
I have someone else.
There it is.
Like Brett knows.
Oh yeah, because you guys know LeBron better than Brett does. Give me a break.
Dude, wait.
Me and LeBron.
Yo, wait, you're gonna sit here and
Else than
tell
me?
me that LeBron just mooches off all of his friends?
No, I read an article that said he went to a bar or something
He's a
or a
mooch?
club in Miami, and he tried to split the bill with all his friends, and they couldn't believe it. Like,
Oh, yeah?
it was just, it was
Yeah?
just an average bill, and he was just
just-
like, "Yeah, I'm not doing this." He went out of his way not to pay the whole
He
thing.
was
He's
like,
just
yeah, like
holding
I'm gonna
people
stay on your
accountable.
couch for 14 weeks in a row.
My friend has steroids if you want to buy them,
Dude is up for whatever.
which makes even more sense for LeBron. Like, it's real. The comparison is there.
He's
Dude,
up for whatever.
his hairline just it went to shit really quick. So it's a pretty accurate comparison.
Thing
Wonder whose
doesn't even
house
exist
LeBron's
anymore.
living in right now.
Do you guys know Justin Bieber got in a fight last night? Or not
With
last
who?
night,
Really?
yeah, no.
I gotta go to the bathroom and grab a beer. I'll be back.
Mark, will you bring me a beer?
Yeah, I need to.
For sure, dude. Brett, I got you.
No,
Finally, he's gone.
Dude, seriously.
dude, I've been working on this paper for like 4 hours, and I have a paragraph.
Brett, I'll be honest with you. We're still live on the podcast. Please do not talk about your
Homework.
About my general-
anything that has anything to do with that. Just don't talk about it ever,
Or, yeah, ever again.
Are you
ever
salty?
again.
Are you salty about this?
Along with your
Are
soccer
you
talk.
salty about
Don't
this?
bring up soccer talk ever on the podcast
What
unless
about this?
unless it's World Cup time. Then we could maybe talk.
Brandon goes,
2
don't ever
minutes
talk about soccer again.
Are you salty about this?
Don't ever talk soccer on here unless
Oh.
it's World Cup.
Did you
No,
guys,
I'm talking about the bag.
I don't
Brandon,
care. I don't want to hear it.
Brandon,
What?
you saw Stephen A. Smith talking, basically saying it played a huge role because of the bogus decision that should have never happened. Draymond Green should have played tonight. He shouldn't have played.
Just a
He
hot
shouldn't have
take.
played.
Just a hot take, man.
He shouldn't have
Just a
played.
hot take.
That's literally someone writing that and going, "You're gonna stir the pot. Go for it."
Yeah. I mean, Stephen A. Just being Stephen A. And I actually don't mind him as much as a
I
lot
don't
of
either.
people just absolutely
He's
hate
not-
him.
He's not great.
I mean, but he knows what he is, and he knows how to get his ratings, and he knows what's going to drive people crazy, and that's what's propelled him to where he is at in his career.
Who,
And
me?
so I guess sure, do whatever you want, but
Hate drives viewers. Mark, if we go ever live for real, where we get more than a couple followers, we'll blow up because everyone fucking hates you.
well, I guarantee we never.
That's a
blow
mean
up.
thing to say.
I guarantee we never blow up if.
I don't think
Ryan
that's
says
true either. Like
Sorry,
I haven't been outrageous
cut
on here.
that
Like
out.
I'm an honest person.
Brett, just cut that part out.
Do you guys really think people would hate me that much? That hurts my feelings.
And you wouldn't be that well liked on here.
Oh, give me a break.
Neither would I.
Man, prayers up for Lil Wayne being hospitalized after those seizures today.
Well, I tell you what, Ryan will never be the disliked one on here because he is always going to say the right
Dude,
thing.
you know how they come up with superheroes in Dan Lebertard's show? Ryan would be
Yeah.
Captain Vanilla Ice Cream. He'd be zooming in with just adding fucking just yeah. I don't even
What?
I don't even know.
No, it's just like,
What?
Just no, not even. he
What was that,
wouldn't
Mark?
be- He wouldn't be the ice cream. He'd be like the toppings.
Yeah,
That was extra toppings.
but it would be like vanilla caramel or something. It'd just be like yeah. LeBron's an all-star, and he just sprinkled that on there. Like,
Sprinkle some nice little cashews.
That's a terrible take.
Kyrie had a great game tonight.
That's a terrible take.
There was the chocolate syrup.
No, that's your take. Your hot take would be like, Kyrie had a good game, but he could have been a little bit better. He could have made 2 or more shots.
That's a terrible one. That's worse than the other one. That's not.
No, that is-
That's
Can
That
I
is
get-
superhero Ryan.
Ryan, can I get a cherry on top with Ryan? Nice little
That's,
Sunday.
this is unfair. I'm
What
getting
did I just
cornered.
come back to?
What's the cherry on top take for Ryan?
Not what you're saying. I can bet on that.
It'd be like, Steph's Curry 2s are okay.
Ryan,
Klay Thompson made a few threes tonight.
He'd be like, Klay Thompson's a good 3-point shooter.
Ryan, put on some headphones. I can't even hear you.
Draymond's absence had an impact on the game.
Guys, you're saying things that are totally not valid.
He's so buttered that his face went away. He can't even face his profile picture.
This is there, all right.
Oh, it's not showing up for me.
No, it's his
I'm not-
face. It's just his profile picture face.
He's audio only. He's crying in the background.
You know, Mark, at least I didn't reply to my own tweet twice in a row.
That's true, man. You had some hot takes.
No, I was just trying to follow up on the chain. Do you guys not agree with what I said?
Well, it's just the fact that you're tweeting to yourself. You're like,
No, I'm trying to continue the chain because
you're being a real J.A. Adante is what I'm telling you.
No, don't ever compare me to him. He's a huge tool.
And look at you right now.
Is he a big Paul George fan?
Look at you and look at you.
I guarantee you, he was definitely cheering on Paul George in his return from his leg injury.
But nobody else was.
There's probably no bigger fan of Paul George coming back from his injuries.
The back of his
That's
jersey
Ryan.
says it actually says PG comeback on the back, not just George.
Your jersey?
Yeah.
Ryan's when Paul George made his comeback. Man, great comeback by Paul George after that leg injury. Just really came back in his own.
Ryan is actually he's in charge of Magic Johnson's Twitter.
That's 100% accurate.
Great game by Kyrie and LeBron to force a game 6. Will be tough for the Warriors to finish.
The Warriors will be returning home, or they will be returning to Cleveland to take on an away game to win the series.
The Warriors shoot.
It will be great.
The Warriors shoot threes. A lot of them. Hashtag, oh yeah.
Kyrie Irving scored 41 points. So did LeBron. Wow. What a great game by Cleveland Stars.
Hashtag twins.
I loved what Dan was talking about when they found out Powell posted that love photo on Instagram, and they were like, "You've been for months, or for years, all you've been giving us is the Bulls schedule. Now you break out with this? You're in love?" It was so funny.
Yeah, it's gonna be a real winner go home for Golden State.
Yeah, would you say this is a must-win?
It's unfair that I'm getting pegged for such terrible takes. Because I give good ones, and I got
No, you do not.
Red's not paying
The only hot take you've given is that the Heat have a 0.1% chance of getting Kevin Durant. That is a scolding
real
hot
thing.
take. No.
That is not. That's the furthest thing from hot.
Yeah, I would agree because it's not accurate, so it's a pretty cold take.
Yeah, it's not close at all.
Okay, so back to LeBron.
Well,
What's
let me-
going on with him?
Let me just.
Okay.
Magic Johnson writes in. The Cavs
Oh.
win over the Warriors tonight just shows you how much Draymond Green means to the Warriors team. The Warriors didn't play a smooth game on offense or defense because of the absence of Draymond Green. LeBron James and Kyrie Irving become the first teammates to score over 40 points in a finals game.
Are these really Magic Johnson tweets?
When you have a big game on the road, your superstars have to dominate, and that's exactly what LeBron and Kyrie did.
It was not 140 characters.
Kyrie and LeBron were both special tonight, both scoring 41 points to lead the Cavs in Game 5 win.
Mark, stop eating. We're live.
It's unbelievable.
I hate how the camera flashes onto me when I take bites.
What a professional you are.
And when you belch, for the love of goodness.
I mean, it's like your damn Stugatz over there.
Sorry, I pound beers.
I wish you would just pound the big red button.
Well, let's go.
Another
to
hot take from Ryan. All right, so
Let's go
Better
to
than
this.
you eating.
okay, what are we going back to?
I mean, here's my thing. Hot take. There's going to be a Game 7.
That's not that hot of a take. That's reasonable. And I believe me, I'm hoping for that. Oh man, Game 6 is gonna be good. Is it Wednesday?
I'm going to look for you.
Yeah,
Yep. Where's Brett's info? when we
dude,
do
that's
that?
what I'm talking about. Game 6 is Wednesday. We got OJ tomorrow.
Did you know you can watch the whole series
Starting
after
tomorrow.
it
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Old news.
We'll probably be
Brett-
up till 2:30.
Brett's
Finishing it.
info. What time's the or when's
After the
Game
Royals
6?
game?
Oh shoot, we got.
It's not till Thursday. Game
Part
6
two's
not
on
till
tomorrow.
Thursday. Game 6
Wait,
not
what?
till Thursday.
Oh my goodness, dude! What is up with the schedule this year? No one will answer my question about that.
You mean how every game's 3 days apart?
Yes.
I know. I feel like it hasn't been.
Every finals has always been Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday until this year.
Game 7 will be Sunday night. I'm guaranteeing you Game 7. You heard it here first.
And today's Monday.
You heard it here first.
Good grief!
I said it before Mike Green.
What'd you say?
There's 2 games and it's going to be Sunday.
Yes, Game
That's
7 will be
embarrassing,
Sunday
dude.
at 8 p.m., aka 7 p.m. for us here Central Standard Time. We're gonna definitely have to give our hot takes after LeBron wins
What?
his third ring on Sunday.
Oh,
How? And this
Mark,
is more
please
important.
stop eating. It's unbelievably annoying and unprofessional.
Meat and chips.
and it's
How-
disgusting. You eat like a pig in a trough.
Oh yeah, because you're hearing me chew. Go. Oh my God,
I can
Ryan.
hear you from 2 rooms away.
No, you can't. You can hear it in the headphones.
It's both.
Everybody can see me chewing the chips, Ryan. You're fighting a lost battle. My question is,
Fighting a battle that everyone's on my side. and your
why
side.
would they set up Game 7 for an hour before Game of Thrones?
That's a solid
Because they don't
question.
care. Because they're not on the same network.
They don't care.
That
Caleb,
doesn't. No, I guarantee they've cost themselves a number of people because of Game of
No.
Thrones.
If
Yes.
K-Love even shows up for Game
No,
7,
because
he's
people,
gonna leave a
the
little
same
bit
people
early
that
to watch
can,
Thrones.
the same people that watch it, have it recorded or have the ability to watch it alternatively of watching it live.
No, but there's it's the casual fan. And when this series isn't close, like who cares? They've
Well, it's
I
not close,
get
but it's game 7. It's game
no,
7.
but
Tell me
they
it's not
cost
close.
themselves this Sunday when the game was played or whenever it was, or they played one of the games was last Sunday. Like it's
Yeah.
not like they're gonna lose viewers to Game of Thrones. I promise you.
What do you think that people are going to miss out on history, or they're going to miss out on Game of Thrones?
I guarantee
Game
there
of
are people
Thrones is
out
gonna
there
be
who are
great.
gonna it's gonna be a huge episode. A, B. There's people that'll probably record the game just because they do choose Game of Thrones instead.
I disagree.
There are gonna be people that do that. Unfortunately, I definitely will not be one.
I won't. Yeah, I won't be either. But I'm just saying that's how it is. So, like, common sense. Do you really think there's more going on a Saturday night? Like, people are gonna stay in and go out after the game is over if it's a game 7 on a Saturday night.
Oh, I agree with the Saturday game. I'm just saying I don't think it's going to be affected that much by an extra hour for a game or hour and a half.
No, I'm not talking. No, I'm talking about switching it a day
Oh, a Saturday game would be much more
Okay.
ideal.
or a
I
Friday.
agree.
Like
I don't like
today's
Friday
Monday and
much.
game. There are 2 games left, and you're not getting to game 7 until Sunday. And today's Monday.
Okay,
Are you
here's my
joking
thing.
me?
I thought what they used to do was, if it was still at home, so like the first 2 games, 1, 2 were played a day apart, or so. Say it was Monday, game 1. Game 2 is going to be played on Wednesday, not Thursday.
No, it's
But when-
Brandon.
but when
It's always
travel-
been Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. That's how the finals have been.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. What I'm saying is, when you travel, then you can have 2 days between. But when it's,
They're giving them
At
2 days
same
between
home
either
court.
way. Apparently,
I know, but I don't understand that. Just keep it one. If you're staying in the same place, keep 1 day in between the games. We're agreeing. I'm just telling
I
you how
mean,
it should be.
well, yeah, I'm saying like the Heat Raptor series when they were traveling out of the country. I honestly don't know the mileages between this and the Thunder or the Cavs Warriors
probably
series,
like-
but they
like
literally
2,000
were playing. They were playing every other day.
Yeah.
It
I
doesn't
think
make
the
any
finals, they
sense.
just switch it up. It's stupid, but
I don't. But that's the thing is they always have done Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. So I don't know why they're switching up this year, and I haven't figured out yet.
you realize how bored people will be when they listen to us and they hear us talking about the time in between the games.
Yeah, but that's a great thing is you can cut it somehow.
We need to.
All right, next segment. Game 6 predictions.
Well, I just told you that there's going to be a game 7.
How's it going to go down?
I think Draymond's going to come back over emotional. It's going to be rally around Draymond time. He's going to come out emotional and try and do too much to start off. And I think Cavs are going to get an early lead with the crowd behind them. Be up by like 8.5. Golden State's going to make a run going into the 4th, and I think the Cavs are going to win 111 to 104.
I think it's going to be lower scoring than that. I think the Cavs will win by 5, 98, 93.
Well, that plays into their favor if it's under 100. What do you think, Brett's an info?
Brett's too busy lost in fantasy land.
I say Cavs will win it.
He's gonna be like, yeah, they're gonna beat me at Real Madrid 2-2 like
2-0.
1 PK.
I think Cavs will win it, then Warriors will win Game 7.
Well, save your Game 7 prediction, bro.
Dude, I already know.
I'm rooting for the Cavs just because I want a Game 7. There's nothing better in sports than a Game 7 in the NBA Finals with the star power like we have.
Okay, so
True.
you want Cleveland to win Game
Yeah.
6.
I was rooting for him tonight.
Who do you think's going to win in a Game 7? Who do you want to win in Game 7? Not who do you think will win, who do you want to win Game 7?
Honestly, this is tough for me because I want to watch history both ways. I think the Warriors are going to be just
Guns blazing.
Rude. No, I think they're going to be egregiously undercredited if they lose to the Cavs. And I think the same is going to have to happen to LeBron. And I don't want LeBron to have to deal with that because as much as the guy is just the worst, he doesn't deserve it.
Nice.
True.
I will say this, at least thank you, Ryan, for that. Nice
Well, I mean, I haven't gotten a word in edgewise. I've been cut off ever since, so I just figured I'd throw a
we had
letter
about
in.
a 14-second pause where you could have, before I asked Brett's an info for his.
That was not. If that was 14 seconds, I'll be damned. We're gonna have to get a count as soon as we end this, because I bet it was under 6. Anyway,
This is the part where you give your hot take, Ryan.
are we already doing hot takes, or what are we doing? Just game 6 predictions?
Have you been paying attention or just been playing pool?
I've been doing both, but I'm just saying, which far are we at? Game 6 predictions. Okay, so what I think, I have 2. So I have what I want to happen and what I think will happen. I want LeBron and company to win, and I want Game 7 because I want LeBron to be the villain to ruin and crash this party that is the greatest team that's ever played. Oh my gosh. I want him to crash this party. Absolutely, I want him. But what I think was probably going to happen is Draymond's going to come back. He's going to be overexcited, kind of like what you said, Brandon. And that could be one of 2 things. It could be him playing very well, and then they win by 15. Or he's overexcited and he messes around and he gets another technical, and they lose this game and they spiral into another game without Draymond and Oracle, which could be the detrimental loss at Game 7, and they lose to LeBron at home.
So Ryan's predicting Draymond
There's 3 things right
doesn't
there.
play Game 7.
Yep. I think this is cool in Game 6. If they're losing and like I see like a scuffle type of deal, he loses his cool again, predict a Game 7, and he's not playing a Game 7 if there is one.
Oh,
That's a hot take.
that is a hot take for the age.
Draymond is going to get kicked out of Game 7. That's a hot take right there.
Well, he's not going to play Game 7. Not like just like, hey, you're out of here. Like he's not going to play in Game 7 because he gets
Kicked out of Game 6?
He won't get kicked out of another game.
Is that how it works? Like, if you get another technical, you're out of the next game? Is that how the rule works?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
We should look that up.
I say this.
Ryan's like, yeah.
You get the Ryan like
No fact checking.
generic face. You know he's googling something.
No.
You're right.
No fact
You
checking.
see the profile picture come up. Well, I mean, I think and I hope the Cavs will win. I think they will. From the standpoint of, okay, let's say this. Mark, what do you think is going to happen? Just quickly.
I think the Warriors. I think they're going to win.
Okay, so let's play this game now. The Warriors win Game 6. What's the narrative after the game for LeBron and the Cavs? Because they failed back-to-back years. Are they blowing up the team?
They're getting rid of Kevin Love.
Yep.
I don't know. Like it's stupid. It's stupid that they locked in Tristan Thompson for. Like that's the thing I don't like. LeBron was so focused on get it done. Like why not give him a 1-1 or something instead? It's such a waste of what they have going. Like they're not. Granted, they aren't going to get anybody to come to Cleveland.
The nice thing is
really
though
don't think
they
will.
got Tristan Thompson locked up before the salary cap expanded, and for what he's provided a lot of offensive rebound, defensive energy.
Yeah,
is
he
he
had
worth
15 rebounds.
I mean, is he worth the amount they paid him? Probably not, but he provides a little bit of an X factor.
It's hard to say because of the value that it brings in the playoffs versus the regular season. Because in the regular season, he's not going to do the same thing, and they're going to be pretty average, like 57 wins. Like that's the best you can do in the Eastern Conference.
And I mean, he's almost having that Steven Adams effect of like just the guy that's doing the little things, all the boring stuff, but the stuff that a team that wants to win a championship needs, the offensive rebounding, the hustle plays, the emotional type things that those kind of guys bring to a team, a Dennis Rodman like feel, those kind of deals. I mean, a championship team's got to have that. That's kind of what Draymond brings to the Warriors and more. I don't know. He's not worth all they paid him, but
no, he's not an $80 million man.
Well, do you think that he brings more than Dennis Rodman on the offensive side, but less on the defensive?
No,
I don't know.
I haven't watched Dennis Rodman enough, but I have. No, he doesn't.
I mean, he brings more on the offensive end. I mean, that's apparent.
How is that
Offensive
apparent?
rebounding.
I mean, assists. I mean, his triple doubles to Rodman's are double that in terms of what he's actually done. But Rodman's not an assistman.
Are you talking about LeBron or Tristan Thompson?
Draymond Green and Dennis Rodman.
No, we're talking about Tristan Thompson, dude.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Dennis Rodman. I was like, this is not.
When you brought triple doubles up, I was like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah, I thought we were talking.
No,
Draymond
dude, we're
and
talking about
Rodman.
Tristan
Like,
Thompson's
that's
pay.
Silly business. Oh, no, he does not deserve his pay. I don't think he does.
All right, there we go.
Minus this series, could you justify his pay?
No, you can't. Well, that's the thing about him is,
It's a
can you?
matchup.
Well, no, can you not quantify, but give a qualitative
Quantify.
measure, I guess, to
It's a right
his
term.
offensive rebounds in the playoffs? Because he literally he does
He's a
create.
monster.
He creates a number of possessions on offense for the team in the playoffs. He really does, but to what end? Like, how much is that worth to them? Like it's hard to say that this. You really want to give this guy $80 million for what he does
Well,
every fifth possession in the playoffs?
like
That's hard to pay for.
yeah, and LeBron would know better than us. I mean, for him to want him that bad, I mean, does that say something?
No, that's absolutely not.
Was that just chemistry or just play together?
Yeah, come on, Brandon.
I asked a question.
He posts a picture of those two in his suits with their foot up against the wall saying, "Get it done, seriously," or whatever. Like, give me a break.
They got it done tonight.
Mark, stop eating on the podcast. Give me a break. I mean, this guy. Really?
Listen, man. No, but I'm saying, like, you really think that just because LeBron gave his okay, like, it's okay to sign him?
No, it wasn't an okay. It was like, we need this guy. That's what it was.
No, you didn't.
I know I didn't. LeBron did.
And Tristan Thompson wasn't going anywhere else. Give me a break. You think LeBron couldn't used himself to recruit that?
I don't know. I don't think I just said earlier, I don't think he's worth what they paid him. But we're not in that organization every day. We don't know what he brings to the table, other than just watching him get offensive rebounds in the finals.
I'm looking up his final stats.
Which is great and all, but his stats don't tell the story at the same time.
I mean, that's what you're crucified on, are your stats. So,
well, we don't judge a guy like that on their stats.
I mean, we just crucified him for his offensive rebounds, and you justified your reasoning for it.
Fair enough.
Let me look though. I won't find.
But he's not going to be a guy that's getting
Well, no.
20 points a game. I mean, he's
Well,
going to
no,
get 8 points, 15
I'm talking
rebounds.
points. Yeah, that's and if 10 or
And
less
to me, you need a
are
guy like
offensive,
that.
well,
You
yeah,
need
you
a
need
guy
an
like that.
offensive rebounder, but is it Tristan Thompson? Because it is it
Do you need
Tristan
to be
Thompson
paying him
because
$80 million a year?
I said no, but who else are you gonna go and get?
well, is it just
Bismack
because Tristan?
Biyombo?
Well, he's gonna get a big contract.
That's the
Just
problem with the market.
yeah,
Well, and
watered
because of
down.
his previous
It's
play.
the same thing as last year, and that's the worst part is it's going to be even increased this year. Because these teams that have no shot at anything are going to sign a Bismack Biyombo like he's a game changer, and they're going to give him all this money. It's going to saturate the market to where you get guys like Bismack Biyombo. I can't even think of anybody off the top of my head right now that are just getting way too much money. Jared Dudley, for instance, will probably get like $16 million a year next year.
Well, Harrison Barnes is gonna get probably 20
Yeah,
million.
yeah, he's gonna get. And the Warriors, you really think they're gonna match anything that people offer him?
No,
They're gonna offer him like 12 million.
No, because they offered him 16 million. I bet they go up. I bet they offer him more.
Okay,
Wouldn't that
he's
be? Wouldn't that be crazy though? If when is Steph's contract up? 2018.
I don't know. Do you think he ever leaves?
That's what I'm saying. Like, wouldn't it be crazy if they couldn't even afford him?
it depends on where Clay
There's
goes
there's no
too.
way they would let that happen, but still.
They'd get rid of their whole team before not Rich Stein.
Well, do you think they front load Clay's contract or not Clay? Do
I
you
don't
think
know,
they front
dude.
load Harrison's contract
Steph's never gonna win
to
a Finals MVP. Book it. That's my hot take for the night. I almost guarantee it. I don't
if
think
the,
he'll ever win a Finals MVP.
Okay, if
if
they win this
he
year, who's gonna get
plays
it? Because you guys were saying
This
Draymond the
year,
other night.
I bet it's Clay. Unless Steph goes for like 45 tomorrow night, I bet Clay or Draymond Green wins it.
Thursday night.
Well, yeah, whatever.
yeah, it's Thursday.
You hear that? Ryan confirms it's Thursday.
Isn't the game Thursday?
It's Thursday.
Isn't it? And game 7's Sunday?
Yep, it sure is.
Are you being sarcastic or is that?
No, it is. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, yeah,
Oh, I thought you were just being a clown.
that too.
Oh, okay.
Mark, what are you doing?
I'm
You're the worst host ever.
looking at
You're
Twitter,
eating.
dude. Chill out.
You're eating.
I'm not. I know I'm a good ass host. Okay, you want to know what the next topic is? LeBron's legacy if he comes back and wins the finals. This is a heavy hitter. If he comes back down from 3-1 against a 73-win team that beat the Thunder, who beat the Spurs, and he wins the finals, despite what happened with Draymond, what do you think his legacy is? I'm going to eat.
Cover up your microphone then. I think people are not even going to take the Draymond thing into consideration
Probably
when
not.
it comes to talking about if it's a legacy deal with LeBron coming back and all that. And I think it's going to be considered the best comeback of all time, especially when you consider Cleveland's storied history of not being able to get it done and not winning a championship in however many years. And LeBron's going to go down. I think LeBron winning one in Cleveland, especially in a comeback fashion like that, is untouchable as far as it's not going to be compared to a Michael Jordan or Kobe winning 6 and 5 respectively. It's going to be he won one where he said he wanted to win one, and he did it for his hometown or whatever. I just don't think it's even comparable. It's not better, but it's almost more of a story.
Ryan, what are you doing?
Taking a pee.
It's taking me forever to get to the bathroom. Dude, I cannot stand the guy. I can't. But he
If he pulls it off, what's the narrative going to be?
If he wins one in Cleveland,
Yeah.
I think he's still going to be slandered.
Dude, the weird thing is, what it's almost like he's accomplished what he's wanted to accomplish. You know what I mean?
Like he just retire on the spot.
I mean, he won, but
Like what else
that's
does he
gonna
have to
be
do?
right. Like that to him, that's such a big deal. I feel like, and that's what he's
Like
always
he's just going to
promised.
coast through and get his All-Star games and get his accolades and stuff and build
Well,
up his.
well, when people talk about like if he wins one for Cleveland, he could easily leave. Like, what if he wanted a new challenge? Like he did what he set out to do. What if he wants a new challenge now?
He can't. He can't go anywhere. Even if he went to Miami, like I wouldn't accept him. I wouldn't. And that's the worst thing is I know most people from most Miami fans would be like, yeah, LeBron, come do this again. I would not root for him. I would root for the team itself, but I would be like, shit, like LeBron, like he's gonna
Could you see him
benefit from
going,
this.
Mark? Could you see him going to Los Angeles?
No, I don't see him going anywhere besides Miami and Cleveland. I don't see him coming to Miami. Like I don't. If there was like a serious consideration that he might leave, I'd be like, okay, well he must be coming back to Miami. But I don't. Can you understand what that would do to him? Like his image that he's been
Just indecisive.
babying. Like there's no way he's leaving Cleveland.
I don't think
Yeah.
he'd leave after they win one. Like if
That's so
if come back and
stupid.
win this year, he's not gonna leave. But if they come back and win, and then next year they don't win or do what they set out to do, then
If
what?
they don't make the finals next year, that would be something. But
Who's
Right.
gonna beat them?
Mark,
I honestly, truly believe, unless KD goes to the Heat, which is what a 0.6% chance, Ryan.
.01. Kevin Durant.
Oh, it's .01.
No.
They went from a 10th to 100%
I
chance.
honestly believe
It's
that
always-
unless something
it's been
drastically
0.01
changes
the whole
with the
time.
format of the Eastern Conference and some crazy dude
Brandon,
goes in there, I think
be
LeBron
honest.
will go there the next 3 years. I think
Be
he'll
honest.
go to the finals next year.
Be honest with me. If the Heat had Chris Bosh and Hassan Whiteside, you don't think the Heat would have a chance to beat him in 6 games?
No.
Why not?
I think at best they'd take him to 7, and LeBron's not going to lose to them Game 7 in his own house. I mean, I'm being completely honest. I think they'd have.
No,
a better
I know, I understand. I'm
don't-
thinking about. I'm asking myself the question now.
who
You
has a
think they
better
beat him in
chance?
6?
Let me know, Mark, when you get an answer.
Hey, Ryan.
Texter writes in, the Cavs play so much freer when they have no one that is going to hit them in the penis.
Okay, well, Dan tweeted that.
Yeah, I
You
know.
can write in.
Mark, who has a better shot at going to Miami, KD or LeBron?
Ooh.
Kevin Durant.
You know, the Miami
Go with
Herald
Kevin.
tweeted. They released an article saying that the chances of Kevin Durant coming to Miami are so much greater than those that were against LeBron when he came to Miami.
So there was a .000
For
Nine.
LeBron.
when LeBron came?
So with Kevin Durant, add 6 zeros, and then that's the chance.
You said the chance of Kevin Durant was coming was greater.
Was less. Was like it's a greater chance, like a less, like a small.
Like a greater or less chance.
I don't think you know what you're saying.
Like a greater or less
Ryan,
chance.
I don't
Less chance.
I don't think
Less
Kevin
chance.
Durant is
He's not
coming for sure this year.
Or next. He's not coming next.
You know, the thing is, Ryan can say this because he has so much, like it's so easy to say that. Like he could say it with so much certainty that he can't say 0.1% chance when it's really not quantifiable. Like the Heat could very well have like a 45% chance and it doesn't happen. He's like, dude, I fucking told you, you idiot. And he doesn't even have anything to back it up. Like that's the most frustrating part about this argument.
But what backs up your 45% chance of like when
Everything!
Kevin Durant?
Everything that I have told you. about why the fact that if
What
he
you
leaves
told me.
if he leaves Oklahoma City, who is the front runner to get him? Who did the biggest Oklahoma City fan we know say is the next in line to get him?
And that's what we trust.
I trust him more than your opinion.
And
The guy who doesn't want him to leave Oklahoma City thinks he would go to Miami. Why would I trust him less than I would trust your opinion, who says there's a 0.1% chance that he would go to Miami?
made the bet initially just because it's you and I don't think it's you, but considering
No, it's a $20 bet with a double or nothing if he doesn't come in 2017. That's what it is.
I gave you an out. I have to wait 2 years to get paid. What kind of freaking bet is that?
That's one that you accepted, and it's reasonable.
One that you wouldn't take unless I said, okay, well, unless he doesn't go next.
Right? No. That is understandable for me because he can sign a 1-and-1. He's
Yeah,
like,
he's on a 1-on-1. He's not going to Miami, Mark. Cut it or dry. He's not looking.
okay, so say he doesn't take it this year. So where is he gonna go? He's gonna go to Boston, who is a new one for you before you made or after you made the bet. You're like, dude, Boston, that's the way to go.
Well, I mean,
Like you just threw that in there, like, oh my gosh, dude.
Is just as good of a chance. Like, get out of here. I don't see Kevin Durant's camp coming to Miami.
Oh yeah, because you don't see Kevin Durant's camp, who you just kick it with. Like you're like, dude, KD's camp. What's going on? Like let's go to Sonic, get the KD slush. Like no, you don't. You don't even know what you're talking about right now.
And you do?
Yes.
Please tell me.
I'm being so much more logical than you.
And please tell me how I'm not. When they buy
Because you said, I don't see KD's camp doing this. Because you see what KD's camp is going to do compared to what is logical.
Okay, tell me what's logical in terms of the Heat actually being able to make moves to get Kevin.
Well, I don't know. Let's see. Back in 2010, you know who...
16, we're a half decade ahead.
Yeah, and?
Like, why are you referencing that far back? Let's move
Because you would have said the same thing for them getting LeBron back then. Not let alone Chris Bosh too.
And that was a 0%.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. It was a perception of a 0% chance when they ended up being the ones who got him. And now
think about the situation in terms of
Okay. So the situation we have.
You're not going to have the money.
We have Dwayne Wade, who
Wade
is
is gone in 3 years. He retires in 3 years. Chris Bosh has not played more than a full season or half season for the last 2 years.
yeah, and we find out more about him next year. And if he's gone, you know how much extra cap space we have, and we have Justice Winslow, who was a second-team All-Rookie, and if he gets any sort of jump shot, you know who they've been comparing him to?
Oh, he's wonderful. He's a Ray Allen type of player.
That's stupid as shit. No, he's not. No,
George.
they've been comparing him to Kawhi Leonard.
He's a knockdown shooter.
No, he's not. He's the opposite of a knockdown shooter. He's a lockdown defender. This proves my point. Ryan has no idea what he's talking about right now.
Are you not talking about Josh?
Josh? No, don't even, because he's my next person. You were talking about Justice Winslow. You didn't even know
No,
Justice
I was not.
Winslow
I was
played.
talking about Josh.
No,
Fuck
no,
off.
no.
Yes, I was.
Yeah, because naturally,
Why the fuck would I talk about
Richardson is the first person I'd bring up.
But I was talking about Josh. Why the fuck would I talk about Justin Winslow being a three-point shooter?
Okay, so
That's
besides
stupid.
the fact that we have this guy who's compared to Kawhi Leonard, we have someone who you yourself compared to Ray Allen.
He's a knockdown shooter. I'm just saying, in terms of if you want to compare it to people that used to play for the Heat, I'm saying Kevin Durant's not going there. That's my point. That's my hot take. He's not going to Miami. Next.
It's not that he's not going there, it's how much you dismiss it as if it's not even a possibility, which is inaccurate.
I'm saying that it's in the same realm of Perry Ellis was going to go to KU, but K-State and Wichita State also thought they had a chance.
It's not true. No,
Absolutely.
and
They're
the
in
problem with
same
that is
position.
you guarantee it with no quantifiable evidence. Like you're gonna dismiss it as something that's not even possible
I'm gonna
when
dismiss it
it
because I
goddamn
don't-
very well is. We got LaMarcus Aldridge in the room last year.
It gotta
I thought we might sign him last year, and we had no position to do that. Like,
And what does that say?
What makes
That what?
you think Kevin Durant would have? Okay, why go to Miami instead of staying in OKC?
Why follow LeBron?
I don't know, the location, A, the organization, B, the situation, C, like it's a pretty good situation if you're all things considered.
I'm not disagreeing with any of that.
I know.
I'm just saying if you want to win.
No, my point is I'm arguing against all the other places that Ryan says he could go. Like, and
But why does him not wanting to come to Miami factor into my decision for me saying what I said? Don't
because
decide what I said because
there is no way that him going to Miami is a 0.1% chance.
and I said
you
0.1% out of spite. But now that you want to,
you have no, you did not. You didn't.
Well, okay, then I'll hold the 1.1% or 0.01% because LeBron has 0 and he came, and I'll be goddamned. I'll pay you.
Oh my gosh.
Or nothing when he goes, but he's not.
Okay, here.
Do you not understand how you're disproving yourself by using LeBron at a 0% chance?
No, I get it. But I'm saying people that are paid to do this give him a 0% chance, and someone who's not. But I'm telling you, 0.01 is better than 0.
It's 0.1.
I said 0.01. We've said 0.01 this whole time.
Okay, I think if Kevin Durant's going to leave, say for sure he's not going back to OKC, out of anywhere in the league, the 29 other teams that he could go to, I would agree that Miami probably has the best.
It's up there. It's up there.
Oh my God! I'm going to the fucking bathroom. This kid.
I'm saying it's up there because it's one of the top 3, but they're not 10%. They're not 3%. They're not 1%. They're 0.01.
Well, where else is he going to go?
I don't. He leaves. I think, but if he leaves, it's not Miami. I just don't. I don't think they have a serious chance.
Where do you think he goes then?
If he doesn't go there, if he realistically doesn't go there,
If he
I think
doesn't
it's
go
Boston
to
or bust.
if he doesn't stay in
He doesn't go to-
OKC,
I don't.
what makes
think
you think Boston? I'm just curious. Like,
I think Boston because they have the space. They have the space to accommodate. I don't think Miami is going to bank on waiting another year to potentially wait for a thing that's not going to happen. I don't think they're going to put all their eggs in one basket and say, "Hey, Kevin, this is what," and we're going to wait an entire year and bank and put our entire salary cap and our entire season on you coming here and the chance of you coming here in a year. Do I put them in the top 3 consideration? Yes, I think they're one of the top 3 cities, but I don't think they have a chance because they're not going to sit around and wait for him to come. That doesn't mean that I don't think that they're in the top 3, but I just don't think that they have a chance to land him because they're not going to sit around and wait.
so. Even if
But I always get cut off because I can't answer, so because of fucking Heat McGee.
So, if, say, Kevin Durant is 100% leaving OKC, not this year, next year, say
Yeah.
he's leaving, do you still only give the Heat a 0.1% chance?
Well, it also depends on what they do. I'm saying
Giving him a
I'm-
chance
I'm-
here.
I'm banking what the Heat are doing is I don't think the Heat are going to sit around and wait for him to come. I'm thinking they're going to want to make moves. They're going to make them aggressive this year. I don't think they want to sit around.
Ryan, you don't know what the fuck they're gonna do because I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do.
Opinion. This is my opinion. And if you're gonna
No, you're hedging your bets is what you're gonna do. I'm not gonna let you get away with
hedging my
this.
bets. Hedging my bets in terms of I literally said if I said it's Oklahoma or bust.
So he
Or
just
it's
retires?
Miami or bust. Like
Okay, here's my thing.
no. I'm
If
not
he is
saying
for
that.
sure leaving, say he's leaving, we're going to do a scenario. If he's leaving, do you think they only have a 0.1% chance of landing him?
If he leaves this year,
No, next year.
next
He signs
year,
a
do I
one.
think
He
it's
signs a
more
1
over?
and 1. He signs a 1 and 1.
He
this
signs a
year.
well. It depends.
So,
It depends.
he signs a 1 and 1.
What do they do with this?
And then
Like,
him it.
and what else happens? What else happens?
Him and Russ decide, okay, let's do our own thing. Let's part ways, whatever. That's what's best for our career. Let's just say that. Do you still think
Okay.
that there's only a 0.1% chance that he landed? Because I think that he will be the favorite if they decide if KD comes out to his camp and says, I'm not going back to OKC. Let's talk about where I should go. I think Miami's the top spot.
Do you think if they don't offer any money to Hassan, they say, Hassan, you're a free agent. If they offer Hassan no money and they can determine Chris Bosh's health, or they either get rid of Chris Bosh, I think that puts Miami as the favorite. Now, that doesn't counter what I said in terms of them having no chance, but I think there are factors that would put Miami as the clear favorite in terms of Hassan not taking money. That disproves a lot of what I said. If they don't sign Hassan, my bet's invalid, because my point of one becomes them a 90% chance of getting him, because a lot of their money was going to go to Hassan. They can offer one max 2 quarter or 3/4 contracts, and they're not going to give either or. They're going to give one to the other. So I personally think, my opinion, if they don't go and give their money to Hassan, the only reason they would do that would be to go for KD. So that would make them a favorite. But I don't think I give them a chance of getting him Kevin Durant unless they're going to completely ignore Hassan and give him no money for 1.5 years or 2 years. Or I guess, excuse me.
Hassan's a free agent this year, right?
Yes.
Okay. Mark, do you
Well,
think
I'm saying if they sign him to like a short
to a max
contract.
contract?
I think we're going to. I don't know what else we're gonna. We're not getting Kevin Durant this year. If we do.
Do you see what I'm saying, though?
If we do.
No, stop. Okay, you're not getting Kevin Durant this year.
I don't think so either. But
okay, but no, I'm
if
saying
we do.
Do you sign Hassan to a max contract? And if you do, how do you get Kevin Durant? Because you're gonna have to cut off some of Dwayne Wade's contract, or you're gonna have to not re-sign Bosh. Something's gonna have to happen to where you're gonna have to clear up some capital.
I don't think so. With the new structure the way it is, Dwayne Wade, if he's selfish like he was last year, if he's a little bitch, like he earned his contract in the playoffs. He did, and you guys, I specifically remember arguing with you guys about Dwayne Wade getting paid what he did, and he won us a playoff series.
You argued about him getting paid what he did, so don't give me
No, I did not. I got an argument. I specifically remember you and Brock's like talking shit about him doing, and you were like, "Come on, Mark, like you're being ridiculous." Because I argued for what he did in the past, and like I thought he was more done than he was, and he wasn't.
Okay, we're not gonna even get into that.
Hey,
I'm just saying, how are you gonna be able to sign KD if all these guys are? I mean,
Goran Dragic is under contract for what, $17 million a year?
So you're getting rid of him?
No, Harrison Barnes almost signed a $16 million a year contract, and he turned that down, and the Warriors might offer him more.
What are you talking about?
That's about the same amount of money, and he's in. Granted, Steph is on a big bargain, but
yeah,
I guarantee.
And so is Clay.
How much is Draymond's like 15?
And so is Andre.
15,
And so is Draymond. And so is their entire roster.
And Mark,
Draymond is on $16 million a year. Dwayne Wade's the only one under contract for more than $16 million a year.
They can pay them guys more too because they're resigning them to their team.
So are the Heat.
But they won't be resigning Kevin Durant.
No, but they'll be resigning the rest of the guys.
And I'm telling you right now, they're gonna have to free. I'm not agreeing with either of you. I'm just telling you, they're gonna have to do something in order.
Listen. We don't know anything about the NBA contracts. I can tell you what Andy Ellisberg does, and there's a reason we got Joe Johnson for like $400,000.
Well, can you explain it?
It's because Brooklyn had to buy out his contract or something, and so we got him for a bargain.
Okay, and I'm telling you, you're still going to have some room for. I'm telling you right now, if the Heat.
Yes, what I'm telling you.
Max contract, they're screwing themselves. And if you cheer for that.
That's what I'm not by any means. But I'm saying as currently constructed, we would get to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Well, you didn't this year.
See, Brett.
Hi.
You didn't this year, Mark.
And were we missing two of our top
No, I'm still here.
four, maybe top three best players?
Can
And
you
we-
count on them? Can you count on Chris Bosh? Because from what we're hearing, a lot of from what
I'm
my sources
talking.
are saying,
I don't know. I don't
you
know.
can't count on him being there. Period.
We're talking on paper. Are you talking about these other teams on paper?
Mark, we can talk on paper, but
Is that how you've been referencing these other teams? Have you been talking about on paper? Moving forward.
Mark, if
Kyrie Irving's a health hazard. This is the first time he's been healthy for this long, and
But he's
who knows?
playing. But he's
Yeah.
playing.
Mark, that's not
Exactly. Chris Bosh could be playing this time next year.
We're talking
But he hasn't
blood
been
clots,
playing
dude.
for
We're
almost-
talking
Neither
blood
has
clots.
Kyrie Irving.
We're talking
Been
blood
playing
clots,
this whole
Mark.
playoff series.
Mark, we're talking about something
talking about
where doctors
serious-
are saying he should never play again.
Ryan, look up Kyrie Irving's injury history versus Chris Bosh.
Mark,
Also
stop.
look up in terms of injury severity.
That doesn't even matter. All I'm saying is Chris Bosh is not someone you can bank on. Kyrie has had different minor injuries. We're talking about blood clots. We're talking about doctors saying he should never play again.
I understand. I'm just saying
Okay, so how are you going to bank on that? How are you going to pay that
you're
20?
not banking on that. That's something that they're going to have to clear up.
That's what I'm saying. So
Which
are
is
they
why-
gonna be able to clear that up for KD, because if not, they're not going to be able to get
By
KD.
2017? You don't think so?
They're going to figure out a lot over this next year. I can tell you that much. Because Chris Bosh may not be in the league after next year. I hope he is. I don't want to say that, but that's going to be 3 straight seasons. If he has another issue with it, that'd be 3 straight seasons. Whereas he's came short of finishing the season because of a serious injury, not like just a sprained ankle or a bum knee or something. Like we're talking about
An
an
internal
actual
injury.
health issue.
Yeah, I know.
Well, then how can you sit here and say that next year you're going to be in the Eastern Conference Finals?
Because
don't
we
even
all, if we had a Hassan Whiteside, we would be in the Eastern Conference Finals. Actually challenging the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Without Chris Bosh, but with Hassan Whiteside.
I guarantee we would have gone 6.
You also told me that you thought they'd beat them in 6.
With Chris Bosh.
It's talk about hedging your bets.
No, that's
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
That is not hedging my bets at all.
That would be a little bit of hedging your bets.
Going 6 with Hassan Whiteside
Kinda-
versus winning in
Kind
6
of
with
the
Chris Bosh.
definition of hedging your bets. Kind of the definition of that, yeah.
I'm saying we're winning 2 home games with Hassan Whiteside. That's all I'm saying.
So you're telling me if they have Hassan Whiteside, not Chris Bosh, just Hassan Whiteside, they're taking Cleveland to 6 or more. You think Miami's going to win both their home games?
Did the Toronto Raptors, did they do something like that? Did they go 6 games with the Cavs with a garbage team?
A garbage team that beat that team, though.
Yeah, without Hassan Whiteside? Is that
Oh,
what happened?
But Hassan would be healthy for the whole series, though.
Was he out there?
That's the discussion, Ryan. Oh my
That's
God.
what Oh, as soon as I talk about it, it's like the biggest thing.
No, that is so. It's been obvious the entire time as if Hassan Whiteside has been a part of it.
No joke. I'm saying, is he healthy for the entire Cavs series?
Yes.
You're objectifying as if it's like he's going to be fully healthy, or he plays one game. Like, what side of the coin do you flip on?
Oh, we're playing on that. We are playing strictly hypotheticals.
On him healthy the whole
Okay,
series.
say LeBron gets injured.
Well, he's
Which
never been injured
never
ever,
happens.
so.
Say Kyrie Irving does, or Kevin Love.
Well, Kevin Love can have another concussion.
Then I still think LeBron and the Cavs beat the Heat.
If they have Hassan Whiteside, I think it goes 6 at least.
That was gross.
Can you not do that while we're like at least cover up your mic or something while we're
He doesn't know how to use the mute button.
We're gonna have to cut out the last 30 minutes of this pod because
These go
it has been
these go
just straight.
straight on
This
the
is like our
Mark's
local
profile.
hour, but not our local hour.
This
Ryan,
goes
you
right
trying to
on
go
the
to Taco
Mark's-
Bell later, or what's up?
Yeah, we got 2 hours still, right? But we should definitely hit Taco Bell soon. I don't know.
Do we have a final
Mark,
topic?
Mark, do you
I
have
mean,
a do you have a
we're just-
final one?
We're cutting off.
Did he
LeBron's
with-
legacy. We already talked about LeBron's legacy.
No.
If he comes back and wins.
Well, if he comes back and wins, okay.
I started off
I-
saying something.
Oh,
You guys just took it to
sorry.
Miami Heat talk.
I had something to say when we were talking about
Classic
it.
Mark.
So, do you think it's a greater accomplishment as Stephen Curry is the unanimous MVP, or is LeBron coming back as the first person ever from down 1-3 in the finals to win the finals?
The latter.
Yeah.
Mark is ruining this podcast.
Okay.
Between your eating and your belching and your yawning, I mean, you make.
I just
you guys
treat.
look like
I'm
a
not. No, I'm being the average fan, dude. I'm just trying to treat you guys like you're.
You're supposed to do
Anybody we're
one
talking
job,
to.
and that's listen.
No, I'm actually running the podcast, so I'm not the one that's supposed to listen.
Yeah, and you're.
That's the listener's job.
No, I'm
What?
saying your one job is to listen to me and to Brandon.
That's it.
and
Brent, what do you have to say?
Me?
Well, yeah, totally.
About
and
what?
Brett mostly.
I mean, I already gave you my take as far as.
Yeah, we didn't listen to it. It was like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, because you guys got into your local hour of Miami Heat talk, and it was just the most miserable thing.
And it
in
was
my
the
life.
best. It was
Hey,
the
can we
best.
can we do local?
I mean,
Hey,
can't
so
imagine-
what do you guys think about? Hey, who do you think? What do you think the Heat are gonna do this offseason?
No,
Guys,
first of all,
guys,
shut
Can we
up.
never do local actual hour for the Chiefs talk? Because I don't want that to be on the
Can we
podcast.
never-
Yeah, you want to see me
wanna see me
fucking
get off
advocating
this
for gun
podcast.
rules? I will go buy a gun to shoot myself in the face if that's the case.
I'm
That
just
was really
saying,
terrible.
we're gonna have to cut off the last 30 minutes of the podcast. because
Yeah,
that
we're
was
gonna have to
the
cut that.
biggest, unbelievable. I mean, can you imagine somebody like listening to this, saying, "Oh, we're talking
already-
about the .01."
No, I don't worry about it because nobody's gonna get past the first 30 minutes.
No, no one makes it past the
First
first
10
10 minutes.
minutes.
Yeah, there's no way.
We've got to make our first 10 minutes just
I don't know,
Hot
dude.
takes.
We just have to get people that respect our opinion.
Which is
That's the biggest part of it.
no.
And we shouldn't share our strategy on the podcast, so let's start talking about something else.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying
LeBron's legacy.
I
What,
did.
Brandon? What did you have to say? What did you have to say about LeBron's
what I
legacy?
said was, I mean, that's when we were talking about like what I just feel like it's gonna feel almost accomplished, like his career, in a sense. And it's like, okay,
He
now
just retired.
it's just gonna say, now what? You know what I mean?
I mean, win another one.
Another one. Well, I mean, he's
Then
that's what
if
he set
he,
out to
I
do.
mean,
Win one for Cleveland. He never said not one, not two, not three, not four. It was win one for Cleveland. Not
That's
saying
the
he's gonna
definite-
stop there, but
that's the definition of an apologist response. For him to say, "Now what?"
I'm just saying, like, it's there. I mean, so then what? Then you guys tell me. What is it then?
He
You
said
don't
not
think-
to win
you don't
another
think he's-
one.
Well, what an exciting take.
I'm sorry. Do you think Cleveland's like, hey, LeBron, like, get the F out of here. You got us one, baby. Let's take our licks and let's get out of here. Like, no, they're gonna be like, hey, LeBron, yeah, we waited for this one. Let's go get another one, you fucking stupid bitch. Like, you decided to take 13 years off. Like, let's go. Like, that's what they're gonna do.
So, do they make any changes?
They have to. If they win the championship, they have to get rid of Kevin Love.
If they win a championship, they have to get rid of Kevin Love.
That's a hot take from Mark.
Because
share it with Brock
almost think
immediately.
they would not feel obligated to get rid of him if they win a championship. If
If you
anything,
think they're
can
going
you
to win with
stop
Kevin
being
Love,
so loud with your drinks? If they win with Kevin Love, I can see you saying if they lose, then get rid of him. But how are you going to sit here and say get rid of him after they won?
I guess they do have to win 2 more games, which they're not going to do with him.
So this is all for naught talk.
Dude, Brandon, I don't know. Do you think they're going to win the next game?
I've been very clear about saying that I think they'll win the next game.
So what do you think about Game 7?
I think they'll win. I think the Cavaliers will win the series in 7, like I said from the very beginning of the series.
I don't know what's going to happen. That's why I wanted Game 7 so bad.
Nice take.
That is a good take. That's a genuine take.
It is. I
That
don't
is
know
a-
what's going to happen. I hope that.
That's a spinach and artichoke dip out of the microwave take ready to go. Like get your popcorn ready. Like
Those were 2 back-to-back just ball droppers.
no, a Game 7 with LeBron versus Steph, Clay, and Draymond. With LeBron's wild cards, like you don't know what's going to happen, and I hope it's a close game, and I think they will. I think the Cavs have the force of will to make it a close game, and we don't know what's going to happen, and that's why I want it so bad. As opposed to if it's 3-2, like, and it's going into Golden State, like it's over. There's no way the Cavs win that game. But Draymond messed it up so much that they're going into Cleveland. If Cleveland could pull it out, they could win the finals. You know?
Yeah, well, I mean, one game. That's the thing about it. Like, it's an overused cliche, one game at a time, but it really is. Like, all you have to do to come back is just play it one game at a time. I mean, yeah, you have to beat the best team in the league 3 straight games, but at the same time, they got they got the hard part done, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, they have
To win
they
the
have to
game
be,
clinching, the series clinching game on the road. And granted, they didn't have Draymond, the Warriors didn't, but they got the hard part out of the way. Now they're going home, and they've got momentum on their side. They've got a crowd behind them, and they've got a hot Kyrie and LeBron James.
I mean,
And Kevin Love
they-
isn't going to be as Casper-like as he was this game, just being a ghost and not even showing up. I mean, he's going to come to play. They have all the momentum, and I think Game 6 is not going to be as hard as it was in Game 5.
I mean, I don't know. It's going to
I'm
be
not
hard
saying
for
they're
the-
going to win by more, but I'm just saying, like, there's not as much
Yeah.
pressure. There's not as much of a – now, and then Game 7, say you win Game 6, Game 7's up for grabs.
Yeah.
It's one game for all the marbles, and you've got the best player in the world on your team. Probably the most dominant overall athlete in all of sports. I mean, it's hard to bet against him.
No, I mean, it's definitely hard to bet against, but it's also hard to bet against a team that hasn't lost 3 times in a row for 2 years.
The team was down 3-1 to the Thunder.
Yeah.
A Thunder
A team-
team that was riding on the highest confidence they've ever ridden in their entire lives. They're ready to beat the Cavs in 4, which I don't think they would have done. I think the Cavs had a better matchup with the Thunder than they did the Warriors, and that's part of the reason I was hoping the Thunder won, is because I wanted to see a better finals. But thanks to Draymond, we might get 7 games, and my computer's about to die. So Brandon, we'll see you.
Wow.
We're gonna
I
cut
hate to
that.
Sign off like that. every time. Man, that was top. All right.
The end of this podcast, like the last 30 minutes, was as bad
Garbage.
as the whole overall
It's terrible.
last
Honestly,
podcast
it was just
Yeah,
one
it
big
was
flaming
Hey,
trash
hey,
barrel.
I'll shoot you guys a link tomorrow to watch it all, and it'll be a good time.
Can't wait.
All right, see ya.
I'm looking forward to it. Signing off.